Good morning everyone. My name is Datta Prasad and I am from Know It Perfect YouTube channel. Today I am here to share my knowledge on my personal favorite subject, that is VLSI, and I hope that this will give others a better knowledge on the topic. So we will go into the topic, which is nothing but VLSI. So VLSI. So what is this VLSI? Very LARGE, large, CALE, scale, and INTEGRATION. You have to excuse me for my handwriting. So VLSI, it is nothing but very large scale integration. So before we are going into VLSI, we will know what each term or each word means. So first, this integration. So now, what is this integration? We know that an electronic circuit basically consists of CPU, RAM, ROM, and 4 is the logic which the circuit performs. So basically these are the 4 components that are required by the electronic circuit. So placing these 4 on a single chip is nothing but an integration. So, and in other ways, let us know what is IC. IC. What is this IC? It is nothing but an integrated circuit. It is an array of electronic circuits or electronic components which are implanted on a chip. This chip is made up of semiconductor materials, that is silicon or germanium, and the most commonly used material is silicon. What are the what are the basic elements of electronic circuit? So first is transistor, and second is resistor, and third is capacitor, and there are many other mostly used components, and the other one is a inductor. So based on the applications or based on the requirements, the number of the components that we use in a circuit increase. For example, some application requires only 2 transistors, some application requires only 2 resistors, some require only 3 capacitors, and some other require all these 3 in a huge number. So in that cases, for example, if you are using a 50 transistors, 100 resistors and 150 capacitors, what happens? In this circuit, that is, if these components are used in large number in a circuit, the first thing is circuit becomes bulky, which is nothing but the size of the circuit increases, and in other ways we can also say that the volume occupied by the circuit increases. And next, the cost also increases. So to cover these main 2 points, or to cover these disadvantages, the scientists in early 1970s have discovered this ICs. That is, they are implanting these transistors, resistors and capacitors on these ICs. This is the brief introduction or a short note on this word integration. Now let us go into this main word, very large scale. So what does this mean? So when we use these components on the chip, that is in early 1970s when this was introduced, that is when IC was introduced, the scientists have used dozen, there is nothing but 12 components on it. That is, the IC consisted of 12 components. They may be transistors, resistors or capacitors. That is based on their application. So they have used 12 components on it, and in those times it was called as SSI. That is nothing but small scale integration. Integration is nothing but implanting these common used or commonly known electronic components on a chip is integration, and small scale is nothing but the number of components that are implemented on the chip. So here we are using less components or a small number, hence it was called as small scale integration. And in the further years this number was doubled, that is after few years it became 24, 56, 78, etc. and it came to 100. Then it was called as MSI, that is medium scale integration. As we all know, integration is nothing but implanting these in a chip, and medium scale, that is we are using a medium number of components on the chip or implanting a medium number of components on the chip. And after few years passed, it became 1000. That is nothing but large scale integration, that is large number of components are implanted on the chip. And later it has come to VLSI, that is in the range of 10,000 to 1 million or more. It has come to VLSI, that is very large number of components are implanted on the chip. So next we are going to basic, that is VLSI is basically divided into two parts, or it has two parts, that is VLSI. That is first one is FPGA and next one is MOSFET. We will go into these topics FPGA and MOSFET in the further videos, where first I will cover FPGA and after that I am going to cover MOSFET. So before going into FPGA, I just want to give you a brief introduction of what is FPGA. Okay, so what is the FPGA? FPGA abbreviation is Field Programmable Gate Array. So I'll just write it. Field Programmable Gate Array. So what is this meaning of field programmable? Field programmable is nothing but a designer can design his circuit in his own way. That is, if you know the VLSI system design, that is it is VHDL or Verilog, you can design your own circuit. That is, designing a circuit in your own way is nothing but field programmable. And what is this gate array? Basically, this gate array consists of CLBs, configurable logic block, and there will be an interconnection between this. So it is nothing but the general meaning from this is nothing but we can design this control configurable logic blocks and their interconnection between them. So basically this is a brief introduction of field programmable gate array. So, and thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and give your feedback in the comment sections. Thank you.